good, people. Well, firstly, I'm in bed. And I think it's like 8 or 9 p.m. Oh, no, it's 7:30. Hopefully you're watching this on Heritage Day. If you're not watching this on Heritage Day, then Sam, I'm talking to you. I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed. You were meant to get this up on Heritage Day. But if you are watching this on Heritage Day, well, a very happy Heritage Day to you. If you are not from South Africa and you don't know what Heritage Day is, well, it's in the name, really. Must I spell everything out for you people? I'm just joking. Heritage Day is the day when South Africans celebrate their heritage. Whatever that means to that person, to that South African, it's the day that they celebrate their heritage. If you're a white South African, a black South African, a colored South African, an Indian South African, or just being a South African in general, this is the day you get to celebrate your heritage. And I know what you're thinking, but Sam, how are you celebrating your Heritage Day? Well, I'm in bed and eating a pot of popcorn. I'm not eating the pot, I'm just eating the popcorn in the pot. You can call this a popcorn mukbang if you want. Hey, and while we're talking about mukbangs, can those YouTubers who make these mukbangs, I'm not throwing shade here. Is that the right term? I'm very old now. I don't know if that's the right term. Can you guys just learn how to pronounce mukbang? Because it's not mukbang and it's not mukbang. I think that's the worst one I've heard so far. Mukbang. I mean, how difficult is it for you people to just YouTube one video and get the correct pronunciation? You're a YouTuber, for goodness sake. Search for one video and it will tell you how to pronounce mukbang. Okay, fine, I might not be saying it 100% correctly as well, but I'm definitely a million gazillion times closer to the correct pronunciation than you guys who are pronouncing it mukbang and mukbang. Stop it. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, recently I've been like missing home a lot, and that's really uncommon. I don't ever miss home. Not because I don't miss home, but just because I'm too involved with my life here. I'm making it sound like my life is just such a chaotic roller coaster ride here. It's really not at all. But I'm just so busy with my very boring routine that I don't have time to miss home, basically. But these days, I've been missing home. And I'm a very nostalgic person, naturally. Anyway, I've been thinking about home, and I've been thinking about like my childhood. These random things about home that I miss so much. And I thought, like, let me just sit down and like talk about it. Since it's Heritage Day. Like, I just miss Durban. I'm not from Durban, but I miss Durban, you know? There's a particular smell that Durban has. And no, it's not a curry smell, you're racist. But it's just like a smell of like, I don't know, like the sea and like mangoes and like, I don't know, Durban has a particular smell. And like, I can even smell it now. You know, hands down, Durban is the friendliest city in South Africa. There's just something about Durban. I know PE somehow got that nickname, the friendly city. I don't understand how PE got that nickname, because I know Durban is the friendliest city in South Africa. You speak to anyone who goes to Durban, the first thing they always say to me is, wow, the people in Durban are really friendly. And I'm like, yeah, because it's Durban. Obviously, we're really friendly, bruh. Anyway, I miss Durban. I miss the pavilion. If you're from Durban, you will know. I miss Gorima's. Like, when we go to the pavilion, my dad goes straight. He makes like a beeline for Gorima's. If you're not from Durban, if you're not even from South Africa, I'm sorry, you're not gonna have a clue what I'm talking about in this video. You know, when you walk into Gorima's, you just know, like, you're just like, I'm home. I miss going to my grand's house. My grand doesn't say anything. Like, the only verb that she knows is eat. Like, that's all she says. Like, that's her only contribution to our conversations in her house. She's just like, eat. I think on average she says it about 57 times a day. That's all she says. Just come eat. I must make some food out. And you're like, no, it's just been an hour since like lunch. You know, every time I phone my gran, she says one thing to me. I got your mango pickle in the freezer. This is making me emotional. Okay, enough about Indians and stuff. I miss back in the day. I miss watching our shows like Kirio. Guys, do you remember Kirio? Do you remember Mr. Chinwag and grape juice and orange juice? Oh my god, that show was the shizness. Oh my gosh, I just can't believe I just said shizness. I don't even know what that is. Whatever shizness is, it was the shizness. Mr. Chinwag, he was a bloody legend. I think I used to have a crush on Mr. Chinwag. He was a really good looking donkey. What about Pumpkin Patch? Pumpkin Patch, oh pumpkin patch. Yeah, oh go, pumpkin patch. Okay, this is really gonna like reveal my age, but I don't know if anyone had this experience. If you had this experience, let me know. So back in the day, like when I was 4 or 5, I think. So that was like 25, 26 years ago. We used to watch cartoons, right? But sometimes the cartoons, sometimes they were not English. Sometimes they were in Zulu. And sometimes they were in Afrikaans. We would be like so sad because like we would love those shows, but then we couldn't understand because they were in Afrikaans or Zulu. And then my dad, he would like tune in. He would put the radio on and then he would tune into a specific station and it would like automatically redub it into English. Does anyone remember this? And then we could watch those shows. So we would watch the show on TV, but the sound would be coming from the radio and it would be dubbing it in English. Anyone remember that? What about noot for noot? Listen. My dad doesn't know a word of Afrikaans. But let me tell you something. For some reason, he was the biggest fan of noot for noot. Like, I know you all remember noot for noot and Johan. My dad was the biggest fan of Johan. I can't remember what day that show used to be on. Was it a Tuesday or something? We would all sit down for noot. And my dad, he would just love the songs. Like, he didn't know what the songs were. Didn't know, like, what they were saying. Didn't know what Johan was saying. But my dad was there. He was there for noot. I'll never forget this one time. We were in a town close by to where I live called Margate. It's like a seaside town. And lo and behold, who do we see in Margate but Johan? I'm not even joking. My dad, I think his face just lights up and he makes a beeline for Johan. Poor Johan is like just enjoying his Sunday afternoon in Margate. I'm pretty sure Johan got the biggest shock of his life because he probably just saw like this little bald Indian man making a beeline for him, and Johan probably didn't even know there were Indians out there watching noot for noot. And my dad just like it's the best day of his life, and he shakes Johan's hand and he's just like, it's an honor to meet you. Oh my god, poor Johan. Anyway, that was just a random memory. What about like our sweets? I miss our sweets, you know. Remember those? We used to buy them in the tuck shop at school. They were called faces. I don't know if they had like an actual name, but we all call them faces. And they were so good. They didn't taste like anything in particular. But I just remember they were like these creepy ass faces. They were so good. They were like these purple ones and these orange ones and these yellow ones. And they, well, back in my day, they were like 20 cents a face. Does anyone want to send me some faces? Do they even still have faces? I'm sure they still have faces. Please send me some faces. What about tempos? Yo, I used to save a year's worth of tuck shop money. I told you my parents were poor. So I used to save for like a year for one tempo. And when I got that tempo, it was the best day of my life. What about holy molies? Does anyone remember holy molies? Oh my god, like the best chocolate ever. They used to be like little rings and you used to put one on each finger and eat them, and oh my gosh. And they just did away with them. Like, why would you do away with such a good chocolate? What? Why? Was this just my random ass school, or was it your school too? But like at my primary school, we used to have like different seasons. We used to have like marble season. We used to have marble season and everyone would play marbles. Everyone, during break times. We would make like little holes in the ground and we would play marbles. And we used to have like abs and and elephants? No, what were those big ones called? They were like elephants, or I remember like the most basic marble was an ab. Does anyone remember this? There were abs and milkies. Oh, and shinies. Remember shinies? Oh my gosh. I used to be really good at marbles actually. It was like the one like physical thing that I was actually good at. And sticker season. We also had sticker season where like the girls just like swapped stickers with one another. But we were too poor. I had no stickers. So I just like used to watch the girls swapping stickers, and I used to like just wish that was me. We also had, okay, I know this is random, but our school had silkworm season. And literally, we used to guys, I'm not even making this up. We used to have silkworms, like real life silkworms. We used to have like a shoebox, and we used to keep our silkworms in there. And I'm not even joking. It was such a craze that there was like a black market for mulberry leaves, because that's what the silkworms ate. And like people would be selling mulberry leaves so that you could feed your bloody silkworms. We used to like carry our silkworms everywhere we went. We used to carry it to class and we used to feed them like our mulberry leaves. Oh my gosh, those were crazy days. I just miss our food. I mean, like, how could I not mention our food? I just miss having a potjie on the farm. If you haven't had a curry potjie, you might as well just like quit life, because you've just missed out on everything. Listen, if you haven't had a curry potjie, I suggest you go and make friends with an Indian person. Go find your nearest Indian person, make friends with them, and ask them to make you a curry potjie. Durban curry is amazing, but when you make that curry on an open fire, yo guys, you won't even, yeah. You don't even want to know what I would do for a potjie now. I would sell my sister's organs. You know what I miss? I miss everything about Wimpy. Wimpy was the bomb diggity, man. In one video, I've said shizness and bomb diggity. I don't even know who I am anymore. What about Milky Lane? I know no one ever goes on about Milky Lane, but I freaking love Milky Lane. Hey Milky Lane, if you want to sponsor this video, I don't think there's ever been a YouTuber who's promoted Milky Lane, but I'll be the first to promote Milky Lane. Those savory waffles from Milky Lane, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I will give my life for those waffles from Milky Lane. Those savory waffles, yo guys, yo, my nose is itchy. You know what I miss? I miss those old tunnies who stand outside spa. I think wherever you go in South Africa, when you go to a spa, there's always those old tunnies sitting outside spa making those pancakes, those pannenkoeken. Yoo, those pancakes made by those Afrikaans tunnies. They're like, I would do anything for one of those pancakes. You know, when they just made them and they're just piping hot and the sugar is just melting and the cinnamon infuses with the sugar in that, oh god. You know what I miss? I miss mealies. Mealies here, the corn here, it's just horrible. It's flavorless. It's completely flavorless. I love you, Korea, but your corn is horrible. You cannot beat our mealies. Ah, man. There's just something about... You know the movie Something About Mary? Yeah. There's just something about mealies. So I'm just sitting here making myself laugh. Don't mind me. And what about madumbis? Madumbi, I think it's a Zulu word, right? I don't actually know what a madumbi is. I think it's a yam, but I'm not sure, because all I know is madumbi. Like, you could just boil the madumbi and have it with salt, and I was happy. Okay, I know this is a very obvious thing to talk about when we talk about South Africa, but like, I have to mention this just because it's so engraved in my brain just now, like the term just now. It's something that I can't stop saying. Like, I'm usually really good at switching off my South African for the other foreigners here, but like just now I can't switch that off. There are certain things like just now and yeah, I can't switch that off, but just now is the hardest one because it's so engraved in my brain. Every day in my class I want to say just now. Every day without fail I want to say just now, but I can't because no one knows what it means. Only a South African will know what just now means. It's so in my brain that I actually have to stop. I have to actually think about it, like, what is a synonym for just now? So Korean kids have this habit of calling you, and even though they can see that you're busy with another student, it doesn't matter. They'll still like call you a million times, like Sam, 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 I'm coming just now. But I can't say, and then I have to actually stop myself, and then I have to like think like, what is a synonym for just now? Even with foreigners, I can't use just now because they're just like, why are you using just now for the future when it means the past? And I'm like, I don't know. It just is like that. Leave me alone. I just want to talk to another South African or another person who understands me. I miss cricket. I just miss like being surrounded by people who are passionate about cricket. It's just a very exciting time in our house, like going nuts when someone hits a six and screaming when a wicket is taken. I miss like waking up on a Sunday and getting the Sunday Times. The Sunday Times was a really big thing in our house back in the day when newspapers were still a thing, and like we used to all be so excited for the Sunday Times. Oh my gosh. My parents would be ranting about politics and what and all the nonsense that the government was getting up to. I miss that. On a Sunday morning while eating breakfast, I miss that, you know? I miss like random things about school life as well. I miss like having a uniform. In our schools, we took such pride in our uniform. We were so strict about our uniform. Here they have uniforms, but we were like we took like a lot of pride in our uniform. I know it sounds like I'm saying Korean people don't take pride in their uniforms, but as an outsider, it looks like they don't, because like they'll wear their uniform and then they'll wear a hoodie over it. If in South Africa, if you wore a hoodie over your uniform, you would be punished. Simple, finished and clear. I really like the fact that we were so meticulous about our uniform. That was a South African school to me, like our uniform. And taking pride in our uniform, our blazers and our skirts and our little badges on our blazers. I miss the fact that, you know, every girl was carrying a hockey stick to school. Even me, I carried a hockey stick to school. That hockey stick was taller than me, but I still carried it. Couldn't play hockey to save my life. I think I was on like the D team or something. Yeah, you didn't even know there was a D team, hey? Yeah, trust me, there was one and I was on it. I miss the fact that we had like houses. Every student was in a different house in South African schools, and we were so passionate about those houses. Oh my gosh, especially when it came to like sports days. We even had like war cries. Remember, we had war cries for our houses and mascots for our houses. Yeah. Anyway, there are like a million things that I miss about South Africa, but I don't have the time and I don't have the battery life on this camera to talk about it. I told you, I'm going through like a very nostalgic phase right now. Those things that I just mentioned, they're very random, but if you like remember any of the stuff, let me know. If you don't, well, that's okay. Obviously, there are some things that I don't miss about South Africa, like the load shedding and the potholes and the no water like 5 out of 7 days a week. Yeah, I don't miss that. Hey, yeah, you can keep that. But for the most part, there are these little things that I just miss about South Africa every day. And I'm looking forward to coming home in February for my annual visit, and I'm really looking forward to it, really, because it's gonna be summer and I'm gonna be eating mangoes again, and I'm not gonna be in Korean winter, and it's just gonna be wonderful. Again, a very happy Heritage Day to you. If you're South African, even if you're not South African, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, eh? We include everyone in our rainbow nation. We include everyone in our rainbow nation. Sometimes. But yeah, a very happy Heritage Day to you. Or Braai Day. Enjoy your braais. And think of me while I sit here and eat my dry popcorn. Enjoy your day off, you bastards. I'm just joking. If you did like the video, give it a like. If you didn't like the video, give it a like. Anyway, don't forget to follow me on all the social medias. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you don't subscribe to my channel, ooh, the Tokoloshi's gonna come there and haunt you forever, and you don't want that, now do you? And I will see you next time for a new video.